Alright, so a predicted and experimental yield. So the expected amount of product is called the predicted or the theoretical yield. The quantity of the product actually obtained is called the experimental or actual yield. It is extremely rare for the predicted and the experimental yield to be the same. Okay, so factors affecting the experimental yield include that two chemicals can react to give different products, called competing reactions. So for example, copper and oxygen can react to form copper dioxide or copper monoxide. The reaction may be very slow, and we may have not waited long enough. Okay? Your collection or transfer methods may be poor, and because of that, you missed out on some. Reactant or product purity. So it may not be a pure product, it may not be pure reactants, okay, there may be things in there as well. Or the reaction doesn't go to completion. Now, ideally, the percent yield should be close to 100% as possible. And percent yield is calculated as follows. A percent yield is actual yield divided by the predicted yield times 100. So, we can also calculate our percent error for the experiment, which tells us how far we are away from the theoretical yield. The closer to 0 this percent is, the better the experiment was. And to calculate this, you take the percent error is the actual yield minus the predicted yield divided by the predicted yield times 100. So if your actual yield is less than the predicted yield, you should be getting a negative number. So, example 1. Calculate the percent error and the percent yield for the following. If the predicted mass is 6.2 grams and the actual mass precipitate is 7.12 grams. So, percent error, you're going to take 7.2 minus 6.2, 7.12 minus 6.2, and we're going to divide that by 6.2, and we're going to get 14.8%. which is expected. Your percent error is going to be in the positive if you have more of the actual mass than predicted, okay? Our percent yield is 7.2 grams over 6.2 times 100, which gives me 115%, okay? So second example tells me that my predicted mass is 100 grams, but the actual mass is 93.5. So to do my percent error, I take 93.5 minus 100 divided by 100 times 100, and I get negative 6.5%. Okay? That tells me that I have less than what I should have gotten. And my percent yield, of course, is going to be less than 100% in this case, at 93.5%. In the next video, we'll deal with acid and base titrations.